Welcome in, everybody, to Bristol, Tennessee, the home of the last virtual Coliseum. We have 2 minutes remaining in qualifying. We're going to, well, first of all, I just want to welcome my other broadcaster on the other end of the couch, Mr. Charles Oberg. How you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing well, Tracy. How are you?
Hey, doing well, man, doing well. Um, I think we got getting ready to do a ride along here with one of our in-race reporters as he's out there on the track right now trying to put down a good qualifying time.
Yeah, we got Austin Cansdell here, and one of our in-car guys does a lot of track analysis for us, trying to put it down. Short track. We took a mile off the track from last week and gave you the half. These guys are running under 15 seconds a mile, so a lot could happen on this track. I know we got a short field again, but it's gonna bunch people up. There is no getting out of the way. Last week you could get out of the way. This week there's no getting out of the way.
Yeah, exactly right. As we see Austin take the checker flag for the qualifying run here. I'm not sure if he's aware or not, but it's looking like he's going to be in fourth position at the moment. I don't think we have anyone else left to qualify, but I'll keep my eyes on it and just make sure. Let's see here. I'm trying to do some production at the same time trying to talk, and it's like patting your head and rubbing your belly. I never was good with that. So, sorry for coming in hot, but me and Charles, neither one really claim to be broadcasters, but we're going to pretend like we're sitting on a virtual couch watching our TV and going to get ready and bring you some exciting action here at Bristol, which always provides for an exciting race.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Tracy. I mean, we could actually sit back and watch this whole race, and Bristol's just going to produce some amazing races. I know we got 10 guys on the track tonight. We could have 2 guys on the track racing it out. And, this track is the fastest half mile. 30-degree banking. This thing's like driving a jet in a gym at high school. So there's going to be a lot of great action tonight. Plenty for us to talk about. Um,
Yeah,
this is my favorite track, actually. Would love to go to a Bristol night race. I would die to go to a Bristol night race.
I got you there, Charles. How far away are you in miles or hours?
Well, I think it's a pretty good ride down, maybe 8 to 10 hours down or so. I'm from New England, so it is a little ways, but not a huge trip. A weekend trip. Break
Yeah,
out the old tent and some sleeping bags. I'll be all set.
exactly right, man. I think maybe I'm 6, 7 hours away, maybe, and I thought that was a long way. So yeah, you would definitely have a ways to go. Well, we see the cars are gridding. We're just waiting on right now Yogi Schleer. I'm not sure if he's having any internet troubles or not, but I tell you what, Charles, why don't we go through the grid and just see who qualified where? Because once they start pacing, it won't take them long. They're going to take the green flag.
Yeah.
So,
So Austin Pack took the pole tonight, and Steve Cottrell was right behind him on the outside. Russell Windsor on the inside, third place. Austin Cansdell, as we watched him take his laps, he was in fourth. Chris Golden on the fifth spot, third row. Wayne Cannon is sixth. Yogi Schessler is seventh. Chris Norris is eighth. Doug Pachter ninth, and Daniel Mindfood Jones comes in at 10th. And that rounds out the field tonight.
well, I appreciate that, Charles. Like I said, they've finally gotten rolling here. Looks like we got Yogi on the track, and it's not going to take long before we're going to see some action. So, and look at all the nice looking cars tonight. I mean, some beautiful paint schemes out there. And I do have one favorite that I would like to show everyone real quick. I hope I don't get in trouble for this. Oh, look at that. Mr. Austin Cansdale rocking the Eastern Technical Design machine. Oh, that baby is sweet. What do you think, Charles?
Yeah, I think that's a beautiful paint scheme, and I'm going to tell you, these guys come up with some great paint schemes week in and week out. I've been fooling around in the paint booth myself, just piecing stuff together. But these guys do a great job putting these cars together, and it looks so much better on the broadcast. To come here with a nice looking car makes everybody go, "Wow!" Uh, a lot of effort there, though.
Yeah, for sure. As we're getting ready to take the green flag, here we go. Let's do the boogity 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 thing. Oh no!
Oh, and we got one sideways already.
Oh, the 24 of Russell Windsor. It looked like he spun his tires, but we're still under green.
That surprised me because there's not a lot of room on this track. But maybe they all kept it going. Unfortunately, that was a horrible start to the race, but it's a long one, so everybody, reset, calm down, get it going again. There's going to be more cautions. There's going to be more accidents. We'll see what happens further on.
Well, I'm going to try to see if I can pull the replay up here, Charles. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to get, but I'm going to double click here and let's just see if we can. I'm actually going to have to back it up just a little bit. And I'm going to try to focus on Mr. Windsor there. And again, we see him getting the gas, changes gears, and boy, those rear tires just broke loose. So much horsepower.
And you hate to see him get Cansdale. He qualified fourth. He's now 3 spots down. But they are all back on the track, and they're rolling. To no surprise, we got Steven Luttrell out front, just pulling lap after lap. He's pulling away. You got Austin Pack following behind him. Let's see if he can catch up.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's a tall tale.
It is. Steven's very good. We gave him so much. I guess the technical term is crap for his paint scheme because it looked just like the Cleveland Browns. Which I happen to love because, I am a Brown. So I was a true fan, but I think he showed a little displeasure. So this week he's showing up with the Kansas City Chiefs paint scheme, and that thing really, really looks good.
Yeah, another sharp-looking paint scheme. Sure, he put a lot of effort into it. And, I know there's different programs where you could run, masked schemes, but it looks like he put a little effort into that one, so really looks good. And he looks good up front. I mean, he looked good up front last week, lapped the whole field. Let's see what he does on the short track. We got a lot of racing left.
Yeah, he sure do. Only 10 laps down out of 250, which those 250 are going to count down pretty quickly on this track here. As a matter of fact, sorry about this to all our viewers here, but why don't I hit the right button? There we go. We'll see if we can't get some running order going on here. And actually, let's take a look at the race details that we've got going on here. So we're running 250 laps, was going to equate out to about 129 miles here, approximately a half-mile track. There are no stage breaks. I'm not real sure if they're going to need them or not, but they've got 3 sets of tires in the pits. I don't think Bristol was historically known for really being a cheese grater or anything, so as fast as they go around here, I'm not exactly sure if they're going to need all of them, but they may need both fast repairs that they have. They've got 2 of them tonight, and if we are lucky enough, maybe we'll get to use both of the green-white checkered attempts, because re-racking here at Bristol is going to be exciting every time they do it.
Oh, absolutely. As far as tires, I was talking to the guys in practice, and they were kind of concerned with the tire wear, actually, which surprised me. I mean, this is the Gen 4. This isn't one of the newer cars out there that handles a little bit differently. This is a lot of horsepower for a little track. They were getting about 25 laps of tire before great fall off. So I'm going to guess they're going to use all of their tires tonight. You don't want to see them use their fast repairs. Unfortunately, short track, they're going to catch the field. You know, Luttrell is a sitting duck out front to lap cars that don't have as much grip as he does. He's already caught the back of the field within a couple seconds of the back of the field right now. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of tire wear. I'm not sure what the fuel percentage is. I didn't get data on the fuel percentage, but we'll watch that tire issue pretty closely tonight.
Yeah, we just saw Stephen Luttrell go by and put Doug Packer a lap down. And just so that you know, Charles, I'm getting ready to run a replay. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to get, but I've got an alert that Doug may have crashed. So while we got a little bit of a lull in the action here, let's go back and see what happened. See if we can find it. So we just see him going down into what I believe is turn 3, coming out of 4. Oh, yes. Stood on the gas. The rear end got a little light. Luckily, it doesn't look like he did a whole lot of damage. I saw the front valence fall off.
Yeah, no, it just looks like he gave it a little too much gas coming out of that corner. Like I said, this is a lot of power for such a short track. A half-mile track with probably about 900 horsepower at this track. These cars were the most powerful cars NASCAR's ever seen. So it was hard keeping them under control, to say the least. The guys that were racing in this era were amongst the best to ever race, truly.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. A lot of horsepower. They had the freedom to kind of work on the bodies a little bit and experiment with what they could do aero-wise. I'm not sure exactly how much of it came into play here at Bristol, but I don't know. For my money, just my personal opinion, these cars were beautiful too. I mean, just aesthetically, just looking at them. I mean, it looked like a car coming off a showroom floor that you happen to, soup up and throw some roll bars in and go racing with. I think that was about the last generation that looked like that. Now, unfortunately, in my opinion, what they're running right now looks an awful lot like the Australian V8 supercars. Every one of them's kind of got a hatchback look to it. But to each his own. I just happen to love the style of this car.
12 just smacked the wall. He's a couple laps down now. One lap down, actually. Just got lapped there, trying to stay out of everybody's way.
Yeah, I don't see
it's
any.
Unfortunately in a short track that you're going to lose laps quick. minus 15 second lap times. This happens fast around this track.
It sure does. And I don't really see any visual damage from a screen right here, but I mean, it really looked like he hit that wall a ton. So I imagine he got the dreaded message from his spotter saying, "You've got wheel damage."
Yeah, I'm sure he's got a little wheel damage. It really looks like he's fighting that car right now. As you can see, he's kind of all over the track. Can't imagine he's just trying to stay out of everybody's way. And hopefully he can get down to the pits, get that fixed up. But we're talking about the track conditions and we're talking about what guys are feeling. But Austin Cansdale's out there running a pretty good race right now. He's in 5th. He hasn't dropped many spots. Austin, how do you think the car is handling this early in the race? What do you think?
Well, the car's handling okay. It's getting a little loose, but we've hit that lap 30 mark, so the tires are really falling off. So you got to really back up the corners and really roll the corner now. So it's got to worry about saving the tires. Because like y'all said, we only have about 3 sets in the pits, and it's probably gonna take all 3 sets just to make the race.
Absolutely, Austin. Good luck, and glad you bounced back from that first lap incident there. I saw that clear up pretty quickly, so glad you got back on the track, man.
I appreciate it. I'm trying to run down the 29 right now.
There you go, man. Keep digging. I need that Eastern Technical Design number 33 in Victory Lane.
I'll try my best for you, Tracy.
I appreciate it, Austin. Yeah.
Another guy that runs a lot of short track stuff, and I talk about him often because one guy I kind of look up to because the guy knows his stuff is Chris Golden. He's up to third, up 2 spots, and he's one of those guys that he's gonna figure out a short track. He's gonna run a real good race, and he's up to third. Let's see what he got for Austin Pack and Stephen Luttrell. Maybe he'll get back up there.
Yeah, look at this line right there, Charles. I was noticing earlier, I'm not sure if he's, sort of searching for grip or if that's a plan, but look how high that he is entering into the corners and rolling it down through there. He may end up knowing something that someone else doesn't, or someone doesn't know, or maybe he's just searching around trying to find the best spot, kind of conserve tires and still make good lap times on them.
Yeah, and he was one of the ones that voiced their opinions of the tires falling off around 25 laps, and like Cansdell said, he's lap 30. The tires are really worn, so maybe he is just taking an approach to save tires. We're only on lap 42. We got 250 laps. They're going to use all of their tires, so maybe he just wants to save some for the end.
Yeah, it's just somewhat surprising to me, because I was assuming this half-mile track that you should be able to get about 100 laps out of your tires, but honestly, I can't remember what kind of tire wear they got back in the day when they were running these cars. So I stand corrected.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
For me, that was ages ago, but absolutely the heyday of NASCAR, and I'm glad we could bring it back on iRacing and run with a bunch of guys that really do enjoy running these most powerful cars. I can't do it. I know that. I won't get behind the wheel of one of these cars. I know what my limits are. This is way too much of a car for me. And who's in the pits right now?
Oh, what we have here is Chris Norris. I'm not sure. I don't see any damage. Don't see any damage reports. So it just looks like he may have came in just to get a new pair of shoes there. Maybe, I don't think they would have any kind of fuel issues.
And it seems like an extended pit stop. I mean, he's pushing 20, 30 seconds. Maybe some repairs.
It is possible. I'm not sure if maybe he got caught speeding in the pits or something. Or speeding entering.
Could be a penalty.
Could
be a penalty. I got stuck on a penalty last week when I entered a race, and I just ignored all pit warning and speed limits on pit. I said, you know what? I remember NASCAR when they didn't have speed limits. I'm just going to drive down there as hot as I can. And,
how'd that work out for you?
I parked it for a while.
Yeah. As we see,
like that too much.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not these days. Even in the Gen 4 cars, they're not going to allow you to go so fast down pit road. As we saw, Chris Golden, he was actually fighting for second place just for a minute, and now all of a sudden we've got Wayne Cannon kind of coming from out of nowhere, starting to apply the pressure to Austin Pack.
Yeah, well, look at this pack. This is a great bunch of guys right here. All these guys are very capable of running their car very clean, very well. This is the most exciting action we've had on the track so far. So this is interesting to watch. We'll see who comes out on top here.
Yeah, and I really like the different lines that these guys are running. You'll see Wayne, he's kind of I don't know, a good lane or so, and actually goes to the bottom right here. But look at these other guys, just like Austin Cansdale, you know, maybe on the 5/8 line or right up against the wall right here, and still making great time. And I don't think it's going to be long before he's going to be battling Austin Pack for the second position.
I agree with you, but you know, we're watching this battle, and it's absolutely, you know, great. But why this battle goes on? Stephen Luttrell, he just continues to pull away. He's so far out ahead. You know, the more that these guys battle behind him, the further he's going to go. So you got to watch that too. I don't know how long these guys want to battle until they realize, hey, let's work together. Let's, you know, push each other up to the front. I know it's not a drafting track, but you know, you could still give a guy a good push and not try to race him side by side. And if everybody falls in line, you're going to go a lot faster than being side by side.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, so maybe the guys second through fifth or so need to line up and, you know, use a little drafting action, see if they can't pull up on Steven here. Because I tell you what, man, I don't know if he's just got this track figured out, if he's got a lot of experience on it or what, but he's already pulled out to almost an 8-second lead. So I know these other guys are going to be hoping later on we'll end up getting a caution so we can kind of get them bunched up again, everybody get on some new tires and maybe be able to battle door to door with him a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, you know, even if we don't get a caution, we got green flag pit stops. This is a dual pit road. I don't know if we have enough guys to utilize that. I think they're all going to be coming down the same side, but it does get confusing here where you pit. So there might be some mistakes there. There might be something that happens during green flag pit stops that kind of brings these guys back together. You always do hope for a caution as Pat gets into the wall a little bit there.
Yeah, look
Bristol,
at that,
baby.
Austin.
It's Bristol.
Oh yeah, the tires are worn out. Everybody's slipping around, and you know we just watched several laps there where Austin Cansdale was kind of running the high line. He took the lower line here to get around Austin Pack, and I'm pretty sure Austin cut him a little bit of slack there. Didn't want to push it right now. They're not even halfway. But these laps are still clicking off really fast here, so we're already getting ready to take lap. Well, we just took lap 65 out of 250. So it won't take long. Well, Charles, have you heard those guys say anything about maybe when the pit window is around here? I know we were talking earlier with Austin. He was saying, you know, about lap 30 the tires really get slippery and worn out. But any idea, the guys talking before the race, maybe in practice, of what they thought their pit window would be?
So I ask this question every week during practice. I say, hey guys, you know, did anybody run a full fuel window? You know, like, what's the fuel window? And mum's the word. With these guys, mum's always the word with their fuel strategy. Nobody wants to tell you anything before the race. So I'm going to ask Cansdale, what is the fuel window, Cansdale? I mean, I know, you know, nobody wants to say anything before, but during the race, nobody could hear it other than the broadcast. So maybe you could give us some insight on that.
Well, if you want some insight, I'm coming in next lap because I only have one lap of fuel left, so...
Oh, so we're right about 69 laps, I guess, then.
Yeah, well, if we take into account the vapor there, I guess we're going to get 70 laps out of it.
Yeah, he got a good 70. So now things get interesting. Now guys are doing green flag stops. Luttrell is still out. He didn't pit. He kept going. So maybe he's got 71 laps out of his car.
Yeah, you got to be expecting him to come in soon, though, because most everyone now who's not had any damage is coming into pit. Let's see if we... Oh, there's Stephen Luttrell right now. He's coming down into pit. I don't think he can afford to stay out there because of running out of fuel, but as well as these guys picking up new tires, they'd be able to eat into his lead.
Yeah, and he had such a great lead. I'm sure he wasn't pushing it. He wasn't trying to burn up his gas. He was just cruising. The guys behind him, they were all trying to catch that pack behind him. What is it? Pack, Cansdale, Cannon, Jones. I think Golden was up in there for a little while. Those guys were racing each other. So they probably burnt a little more fuel. And
yeah, that's a good
Stephen
point.
Luttrell just has everything going right for him. And it just seems that way, race after race after race. He just knows he's hitting all his marks. It's going to be something that everybody that races against him needs to focus on. You need to hit every mark at every time.
Yeah.
The level of competition in this league is amazing.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Charles. And we just saw Daniel Mindfood Jones there. I'm not sure if he got in a little too hot, or maybe the tires weren't heated up enough, but he got a little squirrely and kind of scraped the wall. It looks like to me no damage done. He's back underway, hammering down again.
Well, and I get into that rhythm too. You start running lap after lap with worn out tires. You get used to the slide. You get used to feathering the throttle, backing up the corners, and then all of a sudden you put brand new rubber on, and you're like, oh no, I could stick. And it doesn't stick. It's just they're still cold. They you gotta wear them in a little bit. So I make that mistake myself a lot. So I'm sure we're gonna watch other guys make that mistake too. And look at, Wade Cannon is a lap down now. So fourth place is already a lap down in this race. It doesn't take long. I don't think there's anything to say about anybody in this race. It's just the track. 15-second lap time. You can't make a mistake. You cannot make a mistake, or you're seconds back.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, whatever's going on with this track and this car, it seems to fit Stephen Luttrell's driving style very well, because now he has pulled out to about 11-second lead over Austin Pack. I'm going to try to see if we can maybe get a good... there is Austin. He's just coming out of turn 2. And there is Stephen Luttrell. He is just coming out of turn 2. So this is going to get nasty really quickly here if we don't have some sort of caution or something, mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, and you mentioned, you say Luttrell's, is this his track? But last week, was that his track? The week before, every track this kid's raced, I'm watching him pull away. I'm watching him put on a clinic every race. Give it to the kid. I think he runs in some higher series. I'm not sure. Don't quote me. I think I've heard people mention his name in some high, really high series. I know he has a IR rating, which is a rating of safety and a kind of scale on iRacing that puts you in different races. His is 2600 plus. So that's kind of insane when you look at everybody else in the 1300s, 1100, down to 600. So there's quite a mix of talent in the field.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see Doug Packner, he's now pulling off a pit lane. I don't know. He's still got some damage. I don't know if he's already used all his fast repairs or not, or maybe he's having some engine trouble there. And
that was a 20. I want to say, to add to that was a 22-second pit stop, where everybody else is around average of 15. So definitely something wrong with that car. Maybe he didn't want to use a fast repair, decided to fix it without using a fast repair. Maybe he used both his fast repairs before, so he had no choice but to sit and fix. But that was pretty interesting. That's a very long pit stop.
Yeah, it sure was. Well, I tell you what, while Stephen Luttrell's knocking them down like dominoes here, I just wanted to give a little shout out to our viewers that we have going on. I see we have the Rashes Sport Shorts watching here live, saying, hey, Russia Sports Shorts is here, baby, let's go. And of course we have Mr. Luttrell cheering on William here, saying Stephen Luttrell fan club is here, go 36. And then we also have Rob Caudle. Now it's an interesting message here, Charles. It says, Cootie Shadow here, brother. I'm not sure what that's code for, but hey, if he took the time to type it in, I'm going to take the time to say thank you very much. Appreciate you watching, and glad you're with us.
Yeah, Tracy. This is what we do this for, is the fans. The guys out on the track right now, they love racing, but they also like putting on a show. They like their friends, their family, people to show up. I'm sure comments to buddies, we're not going to know their codes. They're going to say something to their buddies that only they can understand. But you appreciate these guys coming out and leaving a comment, leaving a like. Support our page, help us grow. We really want to continue to grow for you guys. The fans are the reason. Obviously, we all want the recognition for our hard work and dedication. So it's the fans that really keep it going. And we have some really good fans here.
Oh yeah, some very loyal ones too, man. I tell you what, every single time we do a broadcast, even with me and you, not putting you down, brother, but you're kind of towing me along as we go here. We still have several people in the live chat and kind of viewing this, and more or less, I'm sure they're on the couch just like I'm pretending I am right now, just enjoying the show. Everybody's kind of strung out right now, but I tell you what, in honor of Cootie Shadow and Mr. Luttrell, I've got a new little feature here, Charles, I wanted to show real quick. It's probably not the best of circumstances to do it in, but I created a new little graphic this week, and so I'm getting ready to click the button and see if something happens. How about that? I got a top 5 list there with some photos, a couple of sponsors down there at the bottom, just a new little twist.
Hey, that's really nice. That is really nice. Good job, man. That surprised me. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I got to keep working on it. But eventually I'm going to make it to where we get the broadcasters their own card, and we can get their mug up here as well, so we can show everyone how beautiful we are.
I mean, I don't know how beautiful I am, but Tracy, you're a strapping young gentleman. At least you can give him something to look at.
Oh, I don't know about that, man. I told someone last night I'm just like Wesley Outland, except for less hair and a worse vocabulary. So
unbelievable.
But I tell you what, I'm having trouble right now, Charles, is just keeping up, because Stephen Luttrell, it does look like Austin Pack, according to this scoring and timing anyway, we've got Austin Pack, Austin Cansdale, Wayne Cannon, and Chris Golden all somehow have got their lap back, and I'm not sure if that's I'm not exactly sure why that is. I'm not sure if Steven's cut him a little bit of slack, because he actually pitted after they did, so his tires should be better, or maybe he's just got such a big lead, he's like, no need to push it, no need to risk anything. I'm just going to kind of cruise along here and see if I can't knock down some laps, just in case there's a caution and we regroup and have to battle it out at the end.
Yeah, so I think a lot of the guys towards the end of the lead lap, like Golden and Cannon, they had just been passed before that pit cycle. So if you remember, everybody came in at lap 70, and then Luttrell came in at lap 71. So maybe there was a you know, I don't know, like Luttrell maybe had a little thing where he's like, you know what, let's bring these guys back in the race. I don't know how to explain it, but he let a couple guys back on the lead lap. So Golden's back on the lead lap, and he's one of the guys. I'm going to tell you, I don't know if you want him back on the lead lap.
Yeah,
he can figure this out and get back up there.
That's exactly right. Well, Austin, you're our in-race reporter. I'm not sure if you're catching up any kind of, or able to hear any kind of radio chatter or whatnot from Steven, but I mean, is he more or less just intentionally backing off? Does he have any trouble? Do you know anything about that?
I have no idea, but I know he's got a rear view mirror full of my car right now because I'm catching him.
I see it. Absolutely, man. Hammer down, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, hey, guys.
Cansdale is about a half second behind. I don't know how this happened, but go Cansdale. I mean, you've done what you had to do. Steven is not easy to catch, so that's a feat. And look who we got. We got Fluffy, man. What's going on, brother?
Oh, nothing. Just sitting here watching y'all. Y'all doing a hell of a job, and keep it up, boys.
Hey, well, there's no need to, to come in and thank us and leave or anything now. Emmett, Mr. Emmett Crow, the normal broadcaster here for the 4Wide Motorsports Network. So I understand you got tied up tonight. Are you going to be able to hang with us for a while, or you just jumping in and say hey and having to leave again?
I was just jumping in, just letting y'all know I'm actually got the stream pulled up, and just want to give y'all some good old just motivating y'all that y'all are doing a great job, and keep it up. I'll be back Monday.
Hey, man, appreciate that. But, while you're here, you can also give us some tips. You got any great broadcasting wisdom you'd like to share with two broadcasters in training here?
Well, so it's like I was told about this job. It's just you just paint a picture and just keep everyone entertained, and pretty much just entertainment 100%.
I got you. Well, I tell you what, these guys out here on the track are keeping me entertained, and between that, me, you, and Charles kind of talking one another, you just can't help but feel like you're sitting at home on the couch, like I've said numerous times already, just kind of watching a race and being able to enjoy it. And
100%.
yeah, just looking for the side-by-side action. And it looks like we're getting ready to get some, as Austin Cansdale is now closed in to about a quarter of a second behind Stephen Luttrell.
Yeah, he's really reeling them in now. So this is going to get interesting here. And thank Flint for coming into the broadcast booth. I heard when I joined this league, I heard him calling the races, and he's full of enthusiasm. I don't even know how he calls races. He gets so excited about races. It makes it so fun. I wish I had half his enthusiasm, but this right here, first and second, Cansdale's on the high side. He's got to the side. I don't know. Luttrell has some trouble there. Cansdale passed him pretty easy. I don't know if maybe Luttrell didn't take tires, or maybe he just took one side.
Charles, that's a very good point there, man. I hadn't even really thought about that. I didn't mean to cut you off there, but that could explain some there if Steven only took right side tires and everyone else took four, even though there was a time differential there. It may be paying off as we're starting to get later into a fuel run or tire run here as we go.
Well, a little bit of breaking news as far as pit stops. I got a good guy down on the pit road. He's kind of filling my ear full of stuff. But Luttrell had a 12-second pit stop, which tells me maybe he didn't take all four. Where Cansdale took a 14-second pit stop Austin Pack right behind them in third place was a 15-second pit stop. So that's got to tell me that Luttrell didn't take all 4 tires. Maybe he's saving tires for the end of the race. Yeah, maybe he just thought, the right side was wearing, so he took rights. This is going to be interesting to see what happens towards the end of the race, because now Cansdale's leading this race, and Luttrell is falling back.
Yeah, and we just saw him get a little bit squirrely going down the straightaway there as well. You can see the car kind of moving back and forth as he hammers down on the accelerator. The one thing here with this strategy is it's probably hurting him right now, but later on, if, and that's a big if, there is a caution, well, he should have another set of tires, at least left side tires. I'm not sure if that's going to help him out or not, though, in the long run. It'll be interesting just to see how this thing plays out anyway with this strategy. It does, at least, anyway, Charles, it makes it more interesting for us. So we might as well sit back and enjoy it. As we see Austin Cansdale now out. Looks like he's almost got a full second lead on Stephen Luttrell. Austin
Pack, he set sail.
Yeah. I think it's that paint scheme, man. It's awful slick. Definitely got an aero advantage on the field with it.
It's got to be the shoes. But I'm gonna ask Cansdale, how you feeling now that you're in first? I mean, that was a great pass. You raced him clean and took the lead there. How does it feel to be out front?
Feels good, but it's in the back of my mind. I don't know what Steven's doing, because he had almost a 14-second lead on me and Pack, and then we just caught him like a wild bunch of hornets.
Yeah, I don't want to give away anything that happened on pit lane, but there's rumors that there might be a different strategy coming off pit lane there. So, my suggestion to you, my suggestion to him is just keep digging, guys. You guys are doing a great job.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I've kind of lost my train of thought before you go, Austin. I mean, I know that you pitted, I think it was somewhere around lap 70, so, I mean, you should be setting up for another pit coming up here shortly, right?
Yeah, in about 5 laps or so.
Okay, man. We're going to keep our eyes peeled.
Yeah, I'm definitely watching that pit window. I'm definitely watching Luttrell coming down pit lane. I want to see, like I said, I got a good source
we
down
got
in
a caution.
pit road.
We got a caution.
This could change everything right here.
It is going to change it.
Yeah, I mean, Cansdale just said he's got to come in. Now he comes in under caution. What is this caution for?
Oh man, that was Chris Norris. Yeah, he ended up running into the back of Doug Pactor. Sorry about that, Doug. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go back and see if we can't kind of get into the roll bar view here, Mr. Norris. Let's take a look at what happened.
Pactor has fresher tires. He came in at 78.
I see what happened there. As Chris was rolling out of the corner on throttle, Doug ended up kind of getting into the wall, which killed his momentum. And yeah, so I mean, that was just one of those racing incidents. It was bad timing for him to hit the wall, especially with Chris coming up on him. The closing rate is extremely fast in situations like that.
Yeah, and it looked like there was about a three or 4 lap difference in tires there, so that could have played a little bit of role into Norris just had a little bit of fresher tires or whatever.
And had to roll. Had the momentum coming off the corner, had a little bit more speed. And when Mr. Pactor hit the wall there, the closing rate increased all that much more. Well, I tell you what, since we've got a caution here, but you know what? We've been talking so much. I have anyway. I don't want to miss the restart, but we're going to have to see if we can't find a moment here to maybe get in a commercial break. But I certainly don't want to miss this restart.
No, I think we got 2 or 3 laps left. We got a quick break.
Okay, all right. Well, I tell you what, everybody, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back for the restart. And welcome back, everyone. I do apologize for not having the commentary ready there, but you know our broadcasters need a break. We can't do our business in a driving suit like our drivers can, so we do need a little bit of a break here in between this race, 250 laps. And it looks like on the restart that Stephen Luttrell is taking the lead back from Austin Cansdale, but if I recall, before we took the break, that I think Austin may have been lining up sort of in the back after he pitted. Is that right, Austin? Can you tell me what happened there, buddy?
Yeah, I kind of got mixed up with the rules. I thought since it was a caution, you had to go through both pits. So I went through both pits, and I apparently came out of the first pit lane with a closed pit, and it made me drop to the end of the field. So.
Oh man, well you have moved up awful fast then.
Well, I don't know what the officiating crew was trying to tell me, but they were trying to tell me to start behind the 36 because everybody else is a lap down. It was a whole big old cluster dump, but we got it sorted out right before the restart. So hopefully we can catch this 36. He took off like a rocket, so I just got to try to catch him up again.
I got you, man. Well, I don't want to break your concentration there. Keep up the good work, buddy. We'll talk to you a little later on.
Yeah, so, and I said that earlier in the race that, you know, the way these pits are set up, there's 2 different pit entries. So you really got to pay attention to, you know, where you are. I know there's only 10 guys on the track, and usually there's, you know, much more, so they're split up different. It's not easy trying to figure this out. Why you're behind the wheel of the car, and you know you're trying to pit, you're trying to gain time. You know, you got a strategy going on. You want to get into pit road as fast as you can. You want to get out of pit road as fast as you can. It's not hard to make a mistake there. and I knew that was going to come into play at some point. Maybe Austin probably wasn't the only one that did that. I'm sure a lot of other guys have done it too on the track, but we'll see what happens here as it goes forward. But listen to those tires just disintegrate going into the corner. There's a lot of braking, a lot of tire. The short track, so much power coming off the straight. I mean, you got 200 yards of straightaway before you got to whoa it back up again. That's just insane.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why I've got this camera going inside Daniel Mindfood Jones's car is because to your previous point there about how hard it is to keep up. I mean, look at this. Your car's wiggling around, you're gassing it up, you're battling with somebody, and this car is so symmetrical. It's not perfectly symmetrical, but it is so symmetrical that sometimes you can't keep up with what turn you're entering, whether it's turn 2 or turn 4. I mean, excuse me, turn 1 or 3. Sorry about that. But I mean, the laps go by so fast. Sometimes you're thinking you're getting ready to come out onto the front stretch, and you're actually coming out on the back stretch. And then they got this double pit lane where, I've raced this track several times. I still don't even know if I fully understand it myself. I think under pits, you have to go all the way around if they're utilizing the double pit lane. Under green, you only have to enter on the side that you're pitting on. But in this race, whenever you set up the race, if you only set it up for a single pit lane, under caution, what happens then? I mean,
so there is a lot of confusion here. Bristol's never been easy for anybody. But the race was set up as a dual pit lane.
It was, okay.
Not really sure with a short field that we have, why it just didn't revert to just one, the one pit lane that everybody's parked on. I don't understand why you'd have to go through the second pit lane to get to yours, but that's an iRacing deal. That's probably some sort of rule in the book somewhere that I'm not aware of. But that is one thing that changes everything on this track.
Yeah, it certainly does, and I'm sure you've encountered this several times too. Whenever you're getting ready to get lined up to go, iRacing's let's call it the spotter that they're using. They're telling you to pass the 36 car, pass the 36. You pass the 36 car, and then they'll automatically come back and say, let the 36 car by. And especially when you get a whole group of cars, and I'm sure everyone's hearing discrepancies with the spotter telling them which way they need to go and get everything lined up. That create a lot of confusion as well.
Oh, absolutely. Especially when you're trying to line up, you're paying attention to your spotter, and he's telling you inside, outside, but he's also telling the guy next to you inside, outside. You don't know if you should let him go. He doesn't know if he should let you go. It does get confusing on lining up for these restarts. Another thing that I guess fans don't really understand, that race control in the driver's ear, it can be confusing. I know on the local level, they use the transponders. You can't talk to anybody. They're only talking to you. It gets very interesting at that level. Here, in NASCAR, it's a little different. Your spotter's telling you what to do. Race control is telling you what to do. But still, very confusing.
And then you're picking up the chatter on the radio from the other drivers as well. So sometimes it can just be turned into a great big audio mash almost. You don't even know what race controller your spotter is telling you to do, whether to pass someone or to let someone by.
And I hate to speak out of term because I really forgot what article I read. But there was a race team, and it was an Xfinity team that actually had hacked the broadband where they were telling other drivers what to do. And it was this big controversy back in the early 90s. That they were telling them misinformation and shit because they hacked each other's transmitters. It was insane.
Oh man, I did not know that. I could see how that would cause some issues there. Pit now, and you swerve in. And your crew chief's like, "What are you doing?"
I just got a full tank. What do you mean?
Exactly. Yeah, so it looks like right now we have, let's see, about 70 laps to go. And it kind of looks out like everyone's pretty much spaced out. I think the closest battle we may have here is between Russell and Daniel Jones.
So we got 70 laps left, and 70's been the golden rule of gas, right? So everybody comes in about 70 laps. Do they come in now, fill up to the end, because then you can make it, right? So you make it, you put on your last set of tires if you had at this point, if they have any left. I'm sure. I think the way they played it out, there might be a set left. Cansdale, do you have a set left? Or are you out of tires for the rest of the race?
No, I have a set of stickers sitting in the box right now.
Yes, sir. No, good thing, because I mean, it's coming to that point. Strategy right now is being calculated, and let's see what a lot of these guys do.
Yeah, it's a good point, Charles, because you're going to have to pit no matter what. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, you got to get fuel. Yeah, you got to get fuel. It just depends on how long you could drag out that gas. How long can you run that fuel tank where you have fresh tires with the least amount of laps left? And that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, and I think honestly, this is just my opinion here, and I always tell everyone, do the opposite of my pit strategy and you'll probably win the race, because I've lost so many of them this way. But it just seems like to me you could pit now and hope that this race goes green, and that you might get an advantage by having on newer tires for more laps. Maybe you could make up some time. But if a caution does come out, you're pretty much done for, because then they'll pit, have new tires, and have track position on top of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think.
It's just
anyway. I don't know.
No. So this is where a lot of you watch NASCAR, they go in circles, oh, blah blah blah. Oh God, NASCAR's not a sport. God dang, I argue this. This is the most technical sport you'll ever be involved in, because there's so much to do with, when do you pit, what gas you're running, what all of this thing all week long. They're building cars. I can't say enough about how technical it is.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's so many different variables that you have to deal with. Just like right now, I would hate to be a driver out here, because I honestly don't know what I would do. I don't know. I mean, for instance, let's take our in-pit reporter here, our in-car reporter, Mr. Austin Cansdale. He's running in second position, but if he should pit, he might be able to close up the gap between him and Stephen Luttrell in the long run. But if a caution comes out, his race is completely shot, because he will be, by pitting, be trapped at least a lap, probably two down. And then if a caution comes out, I mean, you're all the way at the back, several laps down. You might get one of them back by being a lucky dog or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I don't have to make those calls.
No, that's part of my downfall as a racer. When I joined the server, I really wish I had a spotter or a crew chief that could tell me what I'm doing. You know, I've always been a racer. I've never been a I never known the strategy. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm a football player. I'm not a coach. So
right.
a lot of things people got to realize with iRacing is these guys are both. These guys are out there. They are their own crew chief. They're their own spotter. They have to adapt to doing all this on their own. I know people think, you know, you just reach over and push a button or whatever, but you got to know what button to push. You know, am I taking 4 tires? Am I taking 2? You have all those options, but you know, you got to scroll through different pages to get to those options. While you're driving, while you're hitting every mark, while you're doing what you have to do, iRacing is not easy. It is not an easy task. Just tell the fans, you know, these guys work. They really do work. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
It is, and I'll tell you something else too, Charles, man. I kid around with some of my buddies and everything because I say I can't even look down in the bottom right-hand corner of my screen and look at the relative screen, which kind of tells you distance between the car in front of you and the one behind you. I can't even glance at that without hitting the wall. So now you, as the driver in iRacing, you have to figure out, okay, if I'm going to change my strategy other than the default settings, you know, now you've got to be out there on the track racing and trying to make adjustments to your pit strategy on the fly. And I'm not going to say it's even more. Not only have I not mastered it, I'm terrible at it. And on top of that, my strategy most of the time is, it sucks. So, yeah, it doesn't matter if I have a fast car or not between trying to make the adjustments and my pit strategy. I always seem to figure out a way to lose the race.
Oh, I'm right there with you. But I was actually I'm gonna give the 24 Windsor a shout out here for that pit stop. He came in. And I can't tell how. Yeah, I think he got 4 tires there. It was a 15.5 second pit stop, but it looked like he came down there, got what he needed, and left. He was out of that pit stall in a hurry. That was a good pit stop. You know, hate to see him, you know, so far behind. Everybody's that far behind. We got Stephen Luttrell and Austin Cansdell, they just set sail. Wayne Cannon, he's holding on 1 lap down. Oh, 2 laps down. Oh, maybe did he? Austin, Wayne Cansdell, he's in the pits right now. So pit cycles are happening. So let's see where people come out after this.
Yeah, we see Wayne Cannon, you know, kind of creeping around, I guess, as like a 35-mile-an-hour pit speed limit here. But I noticed he took on 4 tires there. So with only 43 laps to go, you know, he's only got 43 laps to go on a new set of tires. Some of the other guys who came in earlier. Oh, here we go, our former leader, he's now running in second, Stephen Luttrell. He's coming in. It'll be interesting to see how many tires he gets as well. There goes 2.
Yeah, I guarantee they're going to take them all. Yeah, he's got to take them all.
Yeah,
and he came out. Wow, what a pit stop.
Yeah.
14.4 when everybody's in the 14.5s, 14.8s, 15s. What a pit stop. I don't know how he loaded up, and you know, maybe he turned the wheel a little bit, give him space on the lug nuts. I don't know what he did, but that was amazing.
As we got Austin Cansdale coming down pit road right now. We'll take a look at him. See, well, it looks like the car.
It seems like he's creeping.
Yeah, it looks like. Let me make sure I'm live here. Yeah, I'm live. Austin, you okay, buddy? Did you blow the engine up? What happened?
No, I ran it too far.
I got you.
Fuel.
Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah. Well, at least you made it back to the pits. So go out there and hammer down, man. Appreciate the update.
And not a bad pit stop at 15:10, and he put a little bit of fuel in the car. He's only got 38 laps to go, so he didn't need a full tank.
Yeah,
just
well,
need a
good
percentage there, but
Charles, he scared me to death there, man. The reason why is I was scared to death. I was still in replay mode here.
We're calling this race 10 minutes behind.
Yeah. I was scared. We've called the last 50 laps in a replay mode. So, yeah, that kind of scared me. You know, I'm still a producer in training, so I'm still learning.
Well, Tracy, you do a great job, man. We all appreciate the effort you put in and how much, you know, to detail. You're very detailed. You want to put on a good show, and I appreciate working with you. Actually, I actually look forward to Fridays, man. I work a long day on Friday. I'm up at 4 a.m. and I work pretty much all day, and I want to come, you know, home and relax and enjoy myself. Really appreciate you, and hope that the fans understand that without you, man, this couldn't happen. You do an amazing job, and give yourself a pat on the back, brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate that, Charles, but I think, you know, if I were to drop something, somebody else will pick it up around here. These guys are very talented. Oh, boy, as we see Austin Casdale going past.
Austin's going. Keep
yeah.
going. He wants it back.
He wants it back. But I tell you, though, Charles, you know, back to you, buddy. You know, most time I get nervous, especially if I got to do any broadcasts. Matter of fact, I get nervous just trying to do the producing. You know, it's almost like once we go live, I can breathe a sigh of relief because everything actually worked. But I was telling someone earlier this week, you know, it's like me and you, man. Hey, we're just kind of on a virtual couch just watching a race and telling each other what we see. That might not be the way to do it, but, you know, we're not professional broadcasters either, so we're just kind of here to enjoy it just like a fan. And
no, absolutely. And right now we got Golden with a mirror full of Cansdale. Cansdale's going to take it. Golden's going to give it to him. You know, a great racer Golden is. He's gonna give what he can. He's not going to pursue anything. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what happened. He was running some good lap times, and then all of a sudden he fell off. I don't know if he hit the wall or something. Maybe he has some damage. It seemed like he slowed up quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure either, and I'm not exactly sure how all this pitting worked out. But right now, look at this. We're showing Austin Cansdale was running in second, down one lap. Now, I understand, you know, he might have ran out of fuel, but as far as I know, Chris Golden didn't. I could see, and you know, Steven really nailed the pit stop, so I could see where he could have gained a little advantage there. But I'm just surprised that Austin is a lap down here with only 25 laps to go. And I'm not sure, but, you know, we kind of have this thing here sponsored by Chris Golden over at our sister network, Leadfoot TV. Which hit 25 laps, man. That's what we call It's Time to Dig. Sponsored by Golden Racing. Because if you got anything left, now's the time to lay it out there and just let the chips fall wherever they may.
Yeah, and I know a lot of these guys are going to do just so. They're not going to, you know, sit back. Even though Luttrell's, you know, a lap ahead, all these guys want to make up as much time as they can. They don't want the leaderboard to reflect that they're down, you know, multiple seconds. They're going to try to get every second back and let the leaderboard reflect that they gave it their all to the very end. Great bunch of guys. Stephen Luttrell, I cannot say enough about this kid. Like, I love him in the league, but I don't want to race this guy. I don't want to race this guy. He's gonna embarrass the hell out of me, and Glad to have him in the league because I think a lot of guys can learn from him. A lot, he's a great guy. I've spoken to him. He's made his voice heard. He's not willing to not help, not willing to not say, hey, the car feels this way, the car feels that way. The tires disintegrate at this point. He will give you information to help you. I'm sure he wants to. He doesn't want to be a lap ahead of second place. He wants to have competition. So I'm sure he's gonna help guys in this league get to his level, which is very exciting.
Well, how about this? We just saw Wayne Cannon in the 29 Chevrolet with a Ford paint scheme from the Haviland Texaco. I guess what was that? Oh man, I know Dale Jarrett and Davey Allison ran this. I think Dale Jarrett ran it anyway. But yeah, man, he just got past Chris Golden there, and now it looks like he's put about 2.5 seconds on Chris. So it looks like Wayne Cannon may be headed to the podium here if he can hang on to it for the next 15 laps.
Well, I still have Luttrell out in front. I don't know why it's showing him a lap down in our our broadcast, but Luttrell is definitely way out front. Cansdale is a lap down, Wayne's a lap down, and then Golden's 2 lap down. Unfortunately, that's the way Bristol is. You have 15-second laps. You mess up. That's it.
That's over. Right. Yeah, you go into the back quick. And you take a guy like, think about this, Charles. The way that Stephen Luttrell has run this track, I tell you, man, it's almost like an AI driver. Like one of those aliens. They just don't mess up. It's just lap after lap of hitting your perfect marks and nailing pit stops and everything like that. And man, he put on, so far anyway, with 10 laps to go, he's put on a perfect run tonight.
So, I'm going to say something that's going to be very controversial. There is a difference between a guy that could hit his marks every time and a guy that's out there just to race. Racecraft is your number one. You work on racecraft. It's like Michael Jordan hitting threes. He's gonna hit threes all day long. That's what he's gonna work on. Racecraft is what you need to work on. It seems like Stephen Luttrell has worked on his racecraft. It seems like he could go to any track and feel that the fastest that car is gonna go. He's gonna feel every part of that. And it's absolutely amazing watching somebody have that much racecraft because we all inspire to. I hope the guys, with a little bit less of experience here, watch this broadcast back and like, hey, it's not about driving the fastest. It's not about trying to pass as many people as you can. It's about putting the car where the car needs to go at that point in time and getting a good lap time after time after time.
You are completely right about that. I agree with you 100%. And, with Steven, he's just good all the way around because I believe he was the mini stock champion. And I know I've raced against him in the late models. Hard to keep up with him there as well. And now he's moved into the Gen4 Cup Series. And, he's dominated this race anyway. I don't know. Every single race we broadcast, it seems like he's having a good run. And, me and Wayne, we were talking earlier about maybe kind of doing something with the driver card. I think you were the one that proposed it, about showing how many wins someone has. And Wayne made the remark, well, can we fit all the wins on the driver card for Stephen Luttrell? That's the biggest problem.
Well, that's the problem. You don't get enough car. You don't get enough car to put all those things on the car.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was a great idea, and I think it's a great idea for our fans to let everybody know. That's it. That finishes it. Luttrell first. Cansdale second. Cannon. Wayne again with a top three. Second week in a row. Cansdale, I think he finished second last week too. Golden right outside the top three. I feel bad for that. Pack top five. Russell Windsor comes in sixth. Daniel Jones seventh. Chris Norris, valiant effort. 25 laps down. He got into a little bit of shit in the beginning of the race. Doug Pachter, feel bad for him. Yogi, he showed up, did what he could, but ended up way behind.
Yeah, I think he ended up getting in an incident pretty early on there. And at this track, man, any little thing you just pay dearly because you get lapped so quick, so fast. And once you get pinned more than one lap down, there's not a whole lot you can do, especially on a race where there isn't that many cautions. I think, how many did we have tonight? 2 cautions, I think, after 250 laps?
One or two. Yeah, 1 or 2 cautions tonight. That's not a lot for a 15-second lap. It really doesn't reset the field as much as you want it to.
Yeah, and this is not me rewinding anything. I just want to tell the field that you see the donuts Steven has put down. So this was him. I guess he was burning it down in first gear and decided to back up and kind of park it here on the start-finish line. So anyway, me and Charles, we're going to see if we can't take a commercial break right now. When we come back, we'll kind of drag the drivers in here and just kind of speak with them for a minute and see what they got to say. We'll be right back. And welcome back, everyone. We're back here with tonight's winner, the number 36 of Stephen Luttrell. He took the victory after 250 laps here at Bristol in Gen 4 cars. And I do believe we have my co-host, Charles Oberg, standing by to see what he's got to say about his finish tonight.
Well, I really can't say much about this finish. What do I say? I'm left speechless. Stephen Luttrell, you have dominated track after track. Last week you done +5 in the standings last week. This week I'm sure you're going to climb up the standings, the overall standings. I'm sorry. This week also. What is your recipe for getting around track after track? We went from 1.5 miles to a half mile, and you were just as dominant. You lapped every car in 1.5 mile track and a half-mile track. What's your approach to every race?
Listen and take advice from people faster than you and actually listen to them. I got a lot of advice from Christian Strader, and he's taken a lot of lap times off of my laps. And I will say I kind of have a upper hand here. I spent 10 years in a real car at a track extremely similar to this one here in Kansas City. So
Yeah, so the real track experience does help out, but it is iRacing. There's a lot of key caveats that you got to get used to here. Love the fact that you go get it every race. Is there one point of advice you could give these guys that are chasing you down every week that might be generic, that you don't want to give away all your secrets, you just want to give these guys that are behind you, what's your one thing you could give them?
the one thing, a big thing that helped me a lot was to remember to baby it into the corner and hammer it out of the corner. You got to get corner entry slowed down, get in, get off the gas sooner, let it roll, and then hammer down. You can't bury these things into the corner. You've got to just always got to remember, baby it in, hammer it out.
Yeah, Roger that. I agree with you 100%. And just to humble yourself, was there any mistakes you made tonight?
Yeah, I got it pretty loose coming off the corner several times. You can't go 250 laps without making a mistake. So, it's just minimizing the mistakes.
No, and I appreciate you saying that, man, and it gives the guys behind you a lot of hope. But right now, it's your time to thank everybody. Your sponsors, anybody you want to give a shout out to. I know your father's been watching all night, so I give you the microphone.
Yeah, just thank my mom, dad, my wife, my 2 girls, and my grandson Mason. Wayne, for putting on this league. I know it's not easy, and you guys broadcasting, and I know putting on a broadcast is not easy either. I think you guys do a good job, and keep it up. And whoever just before qualifying started said if I was in a Chiefs car, I'd put it in the wall. So that gave me a little extra oomph to go for it.
No, good job, man. Steve Luttrell, man, you've always put on a great show, and I look forward to calling races with you in it. I do not look forward to racing against you at any point in time. So, yeah, that's my spiel. We'll send it over to the producer because he's got the second place guy in tow.
Well, thank you, Charles. Appreciate that. And before I move on and before Stephen leaves us here, I just want to say, man, I'm a little bit disappointed in the paint scheme. You kind of mixed it up. I was getting with the Browns thing there, being a Brown myself, and not necessarily a KC fan, but I got to admit that car is beautiful. Just want to tell you that, and also tell you, someone by the name of Lorna Luttrell said that's my boy in the chat here.
Yep, that's my mom. Always watching.
Well,
She'll
there we
watch every
go.
lap I run.
Okie dokie, man. We gave a shout out to Mr. Luttrell as well, so appreciate both of them joining in with us, and congratulations to you as well. And I think what I'm going to do now is just kind of move on down the line and see if we can talk to Mr. Austin Cansdale, who also has a spectacular paint scheme, if I might say so myself. I love that, Austin. Love the paint. That's got to be good for at least a tenth a lap. Got to be, cutting through the air that much better with that logo on the hood. But anyway, how did your race go tonight? Can you tell us a little bit, summarize it? I don't know, just a few sentences here.
Well, first off, I don't know what the heck happened on the start of the race. All I know is I was going through the gears. Next thing you know, I was on the inside wall looking out. I'm like, what? Just instantly turned. That was amazing. But I easily made my way up back to the field. Just racing clean. Try to catch up to Steven there at the in the middle of the race. Got past him. I don't know if he took 2 tires on that second stint or if he took 4 or if he was just saving tires. But I got past him. Was coming to that third stint to take tires, and the 56 was spun around, and it kind of ruined my whole system going on in there. And then I made a rookie mistake. I thought under cautions here at Bristol with the dual pits, you have to go through both pits. So I went through both pits, and then when I was coming out of the first pit on the back stretch, apparently the pit lane was closed, and it gave me a exit pit lane closed penalty. So I had to start in the back. But luckily, me and Steven were only 2 cars on the lead lap, so don't let me start behind him. But he got ahead of me. He got track position, and he was just way faster than I was.
Well, that was about the time we took a commercial break, and us broadcasters had to make a pit stop as well. So when we come back, I saw you lining up in the back of the field. I didn't know exactly what had happened there, but I guess since you and Steven were the only ones on the lead lap, so that's kind of where my next question was going to be, was how you end up cutting through the field so quick, because I didn't realize that is what happened until we came back here, and it was just Steven and yourself there, 1 and 2. But yeah, there was I was going to ask you something else, but I do apologize. Something kind of slipped through my memory banks here. You know how that is when you're getting old, man. Well, that might have been it. Actually, now that I think I apologize, man, because I had so many different things I wanted to ask you, and I kind of got them mixed up in my head once you throw me that curveball there. But anyway,
all good, man.
A great race. Appreciate you being the in-race reporter here and kind of give us a heads up on the, I guess, how many laps you can go on fuel and how the car's handling and that sort of thing. And I really appreciate the paint scheme tonight. That thing looks beautiful. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Well, yeah, I want to thank you for letting me put Eastern Technical Design on the hood of the car for tonight. I got Clayton Holmes, I got Studio 86, I got 4 Wide Motorsports Network on the car, Snap-on Nationwide. Try to put on a decent-looking car here at Bristol, especially for my home track. I want to congratulate Cannon, my Uncle Cannon, for top 3. I think that's his first or second podium. Congrats, he's getting better and better every week. Maybe we can get him a win here soon. I want to thank my fiance for letting me do this every week. I want to thank, say hi to Eric and Grace. I know they're watching. Dylan and Taylor, they're watching. I want to thank y'all for putting on a great show and letting me be the in-race reporter.
Absolutely. Hey, man, look, we certainly appreciate it because you give us a lot of insight into what's going on out there on the track. We're only speculating up here in the booth, and you either kind of verify what we're thinking or correct us on a few things, which happened tonight. By the way, I finally remembered what it was I was going to say. I do apologize for telling everyone that Steven Luttrell had won the mini stock series there. I later learned through some research there during our commercial that you were the actual champion there, if I'm not badly mistaken. Is that correct?
Yeah, if Steven would have started when I started, he probably would have beat me by like 200 points. But luckily, I was able to hold him off. But we did have a really good battle here at Bristol. Right now, I think 1-for-1 here at Bristol between me and him. So hopefully next time we come to Bristol, I can come back and take the win, take the home the sword. But I love Bristol and I love racing with Steven and I love racing with all these guys. They're a great group of guys.
Well, I really appreciate you saving me there when my mind went blank, man. So thanks again, Austin. Great run tonight,
Thank
man.
you.
Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Charles, have you got someone else with you there, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, I got Wayne Cannon, Mr. Wayne Cannon himself, put in a absolute clinic last week, coming in P2. This week stuck with it, and he's P3. Wayne, how did you perceive the race tonight? I'm gonna just tell you, you were a sleeper all race. I hated not being able to be like, oh, there's Wayne, there's Wayne. You just snuck up on the competition tonight. Nothing fancy, nothing outrageous. You just ran your race. How did it feel?
Be honest, like crap. I hate this track. I
It's
despise
Bristol.
Bristol.
It's Bristol.
Yeah, Bristol and any track with a D. I hate them.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Last week's track wasn't the best track for anybody to run. Atlanta's just hard on tires. Bristol's, hard on everything. But you're back on the podium. How do you feel going forward from here? I know we got a couple more tracks that are a little better suited for guys. Like we went from a mile and a half tire shredder to a half-mile tire shredder. How do you feel going forward?
Well, next week is Texas, and then after that we got Talladega. So I do feel like I can do good at those two tracks. But then you come right back to another track I hate is Martinsville. And then we go back to another track I love is Auto Club. So we got a few I can do good at. It's going to be hard to catch Steven if he keeps doing what he's doing. The man's on a 3-win streak in a row. So next week we got to start him 3 laps down.
Yeah, I think we got to stop putting a handicap on old Steven over there. But good for him. But it's why you create a league like this, and I have to thank you personally for putting this on, doing all you do for the league. We have a great time here. Takes us away from our regular life, but absolutely appreciate what you do, Wayne. So now the microphone is yours, man. Who do you got to thank? Who do you want to, what do you got to say, brother?
Like I say, what y'all do up there, putting this on every week. And then everybody that's showing up every week. I know the fields are smaller, but I think these tracks, people don't like this little stretch of tracks we had. You can put the name out there. Everybody can help recruit new people in here. We'll take new drivers to try to pick the fields up a little bit. At least get to 15 or 16 every week instead of 8 or 9. But these smaller ones are helping me out. I've actually pulled within 5 points in the standings of Hunter. So maybe 2 or 3 more small fields like this.
Hey, well, Tracy here, by the way. Just want to commend you on the awesome looking paint scheme. Well, Mr. Cannon, I just want to ask you, man, how did you come up with the idea? I mean, obviously that is pretty iconic with the Texaco Havoline paint scheme there, but on a Chevrolet car, I don't think I've ever seen that before. I mean, were you like a Davey Allison fan as well as maybe Kevin Harvick, or that come from Dale Jarrett? What inspired you to put that paint there on your car tonight?
Well, I was always an Earnhardt fan from day one.
Mm-hmm.
But a part of me liked Davey Allison. But growing up, I lived in the household where it was Chevy. We can't do Fords. We got to do Chevy. So I had to like.
I understand that.
I was like a low-key Davey Allison fan. So a lot of times you will see me throw Havoline and his car his look on the car because I like the way it looks. That's one of the best looking paint schemes I think that's been ever created.
Yeah, I totally agree
And
with
then
you, man. That thing looked awesome out there tonight. And as a guy who considers himself to be a Chevy man, but has driven a Ford most of his life, I can see where you'd be conflicted somewhat there. But that is one beautiful scheme there, though, man. Just want to let you know that. And anyway, I guess we'll sort of wrap this thing up tonight. You got any final thoughts or anything, Charles, before we sign off?
I mean, my final thought is, I know the fans are watching. The car count is low, but stick with us. It's gonna get more and more interesting as time goes by, as the season goes by. Um, I, the last couple tracks, they were tricky, and it isn't. We're trying to do something a lot better here in this league. I think a lot of guys are going to drive a lot easier tracks. Talladega is going to be off the hook. So stick with us because we're here for you guys. We really are here for you. We want to put on a good show. Thank you guys, the fans, for stopping by. That's what it's all about.
I totally agree, man, and we're going to see what we can do about bringing up the car count. But, at a track like Bristol, only a half mile long, 10 cars are plenty, man. There was action all the way around this thing tonight. But anyway,
Great action tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So, anyway, I guess we're going to just say goodnight. Appreciate everyone at Four Wide Motorsports, Four Wide Motorsports Network, and all the sponsors and all the drivers and all the spectators that we had in the virtual stands over here on our YouTube stream tonight. Just speaking for Charles, hey man, we're not pros. We'll try to do better next time, but we enjoyed it. Hope you guys did as well. And we'll just catch you Monday night. I believe we're going to have late models at North Wilkesboro. That should be interesting. And so anyway, that's the next broadcast coming up here on Four Wide Motorsports Network. Not to mention the following next Friday night, we're going to be at Texas Motor Speedway, unless I'm badly mistaken. And that should be exciting too, a nice mile-and-a-half track. I think that'll be the first time we've gone to one of those this season. So anyway, for Charles Oberg, for Wayne Cannon, who's putting on this series, and for our in-race reporter inside the vehicle, Austin Cansdale, I would like to say thank you for everyone tuning in, and y'all have a good night, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you.